If you're over 65 or have parents or loved ones in that age group, there's something you need to know right away. A routine that most of us consider essential for hygiene and good health might actually be quietly harming older adults. Every single day. Yes, I'm talking about daily showers. I know that sounds shocking. After all, we've been taught that. Staying clean means staying healthy. But as a doctor with over 40 years of experience working closely with elderly patients, I've seen a different truth emerge, one that many people don't want to believe. But ignoring it can be deadly. Personally, I've treated many cases of older adults fainting, slipping, or suffering cardiovascular issues just because of their daily shower routine. And every winter, I see the heartbreaking reality of elderly patients collapsing in the bathroom over what they think is just a harmless shower. So, if you're an older adult or have dear parents who insist on showering daily, stick with me until the end of this video. What I'm about to share could save a life, maybe even yours. But before we dive into these important facts, please do me a small favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more life-saving tips and practical health knowledge for you and your loved ones. Your support helps keep this important content going. Right now, let me reveal 5 shocking truths about showering after 65 truths that most people have never heard before. The first shocking truth: hot showers can be dangerous for your heart. Have you ever wondered what happens inside your body when you soak in hot water? Let me explain. When an older adult steps into a hot bath, the heat causes their blood vessels to dilate rapidly. That's a medical term for expanding, which can cause blood pressure to drop suddenly and significantly. For younger people, this might just cause a little dizziness. But for those over 65, especially if they have high blood pressure, heart disease, or weakened circulation, this sudden drop can be extremely dangerous. I will never forget one particular patient, a kind 90-year-old gentleman, who proudly told me that for many years, "Doctor, I've been taking hot showers every day since I was a teenager. That's why I'm so healthy." And he did seem healthy until one cold January morning when he collapsed from a heart attack in his bathroom. The only thing that saved him was the fact that his daughter came by to check on him in time. He had to be admitted to the ICU and never showered alone again. What most people don't realize is that after 65, the autonomic nervous system, which controls heart rate, blood pressure, and temperature regulation, begins to weaken, not responding quickly to sudden changes like moving from hot water to cold air. As a result, it can lead to orthostatic hypotension, a drop in blood pressure. Dangerously high blood pressure can lead to fainting or worse. I've seen this happen when someone over 65 takes a bath in water hotter than 41 degrees, about 106 degrees, for more than 15 minutes. The cardiovascular load can increase by 20 to 30%, similar to a light jog, except you're standing in a slippery, enclosed space instead of running on a treadmill. So, what should you do? Here are some safety tips recommended by doctors. Lower the water temperature to between 38 degrees and 40 degrees, or 100 degrees to 104 degrees. Use your wrist or the back of your hand to test the water. It should feel warm, not scalding. Limit your time in the water to no more than 10 minutes, just enough to get clean without overloading your heart. Stay hydrated. Drink a glass of water before and after your bath. Older adults are more prone to dehydration, which can cause blood pressure to drop faster. Sit down. Place a sturdy bath chair in your bathroom and use it each time you bathe to reduce your risk of slipping and to help you recover more easily. If you feel dizzy, never bathe alone. If you're over 80, always let someone in the house know you're bathing, or consider installing an alarm system in your bathroom. These small changes might seem inconvenient, but they can truly prevent a medical emergency. Now, here's a shocking fact. Daily bathing can seriously damage the skin of older adults. I know we all love that clean feeling. But as your skin ages, it becomes more fragile. Bathing every day, especially with hot water and soap, can actually speed up the aging process, leading to dry and damaged skin. This is because, as we age, our skin's ability to produce natural lipids and oils decreases. After age 50, your skin produces only about half the natural moisture compared to when you were in your 20s. That means you're more prone to dryness, flakiness, and skin irritation, even without any healthy issues. If you bathe or shower in hot water every day, you're stripping away the little protective barrier your skin has left. Let me share a story about one of my recent patients. A lovely 78-year-old woman named Mrs. H She came to my clinic complaining of severe itching that kept her up at night. She had redness and inflammation on her arms, back, and legs. I asked her about her bathing habits, and she said, "Doctor, I just really like to be clean. I scrub myself from head to toe every day." After some tests, we found that her skin was so dry and cracked that it was prone to infection. Her constant bathing had stripped away her skin's protective barrier. We even found tiny tears in her skin when looking under a microscope. She was shocked and distressed. She asked if I did the same to myself, just trying to stay clean. Unfortunately, the answer is yes. In fact, in a study I conducted with a group of dermatologists, we found that older patients who bathed with soap more than 4 times a week are over 60% more likely to experience clinical dry skin. Dry skin is not just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. When skin cracks, it can lead to infections. I've had patients hospitalized due to skin infections that started with mild itching. Now, let me share with you some bathing methods I've personally developed. Through years of experience and deep observational methods specifically designed to protect and nourish the skin of older adults, skin becomes more fragile and sensitive with age. First, let's talk about frequency. I truly recommend reducing your baths or showers to 3 times a week. I know this might sound surprising, especially if you're used to bathing every day, but the truth is your skin needs time to recover its natural oils. As we age, our sebaceous glands become less active, meaning we produce less oil to protect our skin. Bathing every day, especially with hot water and strong soap, will strip away those precious lipids, leading to dryness, itching, and even cracking. Her skin was so dry and cracked that it was easy for infections to set in. Bathing too often had stripped away her skin's protective barrier. We even found tiny tears in her skin under a microscope. She was shocked and upset. She asked me if I was doing the same to myself, just trying to stay clean. Sadly, the answer was yes. In fact, in a study I did with a group of dermatologists, we found that older patients who bathed with soap more than 4 times a week had a 60% higher risk of clinical dry skin. Dry skin isn't just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. Cracked skin can lead to infections. I've had patients hospitalized because of skin infections that started with mild itching. Now, let me share with you the bathing methods I personally developed. After years of experience and carefully designed observations to protect and nourish older skin, which becomes thinner and more sensitive with age. First, let's talk about how often you bathe. I really recommend cutting down your baths or showers to 3 times a week. I know that sounds surprising, especially if you're used to daily bathing, but the truth is your skin needs time to restore its natural oils. As we age, our oil glands slow down, meaning we produce less oil to protect our skin. Daily bathing, especially with hot water and harsh soaps, strips away those precious lipids, leading to dryness, itching, and even cracking. Think of your skin like a shield. If you scrub it every day, eventually it becomes thin and damaged. Giving your skin a break between baths is one of the best gifts you can give your aging body. Second, be selective about where you use soap. You don't need to soap up your whole body every time. Just focus on necessary areas, like your armpits, groin, and feet. These spots are more prone to odor and bacteria, but you can gently rinse the rest of your body with water or a soft cloth. Overwashing places like your hands, legs, or back can actually do more harm than good, especially if you're using regular soap. This brings me to my next point. Third, always choose the right soap. This might seem like a small detail, but it's incredibly important. Most commercial soaps are alkaline with a pH between 9 and 11, which is too harsh for mature skin. Our skin's natural pH is about 5.5, slightly acidic to maintain its protective barrier and fight harmful bacteria. When you use alkaline soap, you disrupt that balance. That's why I always recommend using soaps or cleansers that are mildly acidic with a pH between 5.5 and 6.2. They clean without stripping your skin and help keep that strong protective barrier you need. Fourth, remember the golden 3 minutes. Here's a rule I live by. Right after you finish bathing, apply moisturizer within 3 minutes. Why? Because during those first few minutes, your skin is still damp, and that's when it can absorb moisture best. If you wait too long, the water on your skin will evaporate and actually pull moisture away. Pat your skin gently with a towel. Don't rub. and immediately apply a good quality moisturizer. Think of it like locking in all that moisture before it slips away. Fifth, choose a moisturizer with ingredients that do more than just sit on your skin. Look for products with ceramides and hyaluronic acid. Ceramides are like bricks in your skin's protective wall. They lock in moisture and keep irritants out, while hyaluronic acid works like a sponge, drawing water from the environment into your skin to keep it plump and smooth. Together, they make a powerful team against dryness, flaking, and that tight, uncomfortable feeling many older adults experience after bathing. Now, let's move on. The third shocking fact, which is often overlooked, it's really tough to recover after a fall in Nasu. The bathroom. The bathroom is supposed to be a clean and relaxing space, but for many older adults, it becomes a danger zone. Falls in the bathroom are the leading cause of injury for seniors. And I'm not saying this just based on research, but from firsthand experience, I've seen this happen countless times over the years. Let me share a case that stays with me last winter. An 88-year-old gentleman slipped while stepping out of the bathtub, just a moment of losing his balance, and he ended up with a broken hip. He was rushed to the emergency room and had surgery. While the surgery went, well, his life changed forever. He never regained his previous level of mobility, lost his independence, and ultimately had to move to a nursing home. One fall not only broke his bones, but also shattered his routine, his confidence, and his freedom. Here's a chilling statistic: 38% of falls in the bathroom occur during or right after bathing. And even worse, older adults who suffer fractures from these falls face a significantly higher risk of death. According to research from Seaver Hospital, the one-year mortality rate for seniors over 80 who suffer hip fractures is about 25%, meaning 1 in 4 cases. It's terrifying, and most people don't realize how dangerous a simple fall can be. So, why does this happen? There are 3 main reasons. Slippery bathroom floors. Water mixed with soap creates a nearly invisible yet extremely dangerous slippery surface. A sudden drop in blood pressure when you stand up from a hot bath can cause your blood pressure to plummet quickly, leading to headaches or dizziness, which can result in losing your balance. Balance and muscle strength as we age. Our muscles weaken, reflexes slow, and coordination worsens. Combine that with a slippery surface and poor lighting, and you have a recipe for disaster. But here's the good news. These risks can be minimized with some simple and practical measures. Placing non-slip mats in the bathtub and on the bathroom floor is one of the most effective and cost-efficient ways to prevent falls. Large rugs as they can bunch up or slide around. Adding grab bars near the bathtub and toilet can provide support where it's needed most and can truly save lives. Using a shower chair, sitting while bathing significantly reduces the likelihood of slipping. In fact, studies show it can lower the risk of falls by over 90%. Move slowly, take your time standing up. After bathing, don't rush. Give your body time to adjust. If you feel dizzy, sit down and wait. Your safety is more important than speed. Please ask for. If you're over 80 or living alone, don't hesitate to ask for help. Pride should never come before safety. Let's move on to the 4th shocking fact. Managing your temperature after a shower is really important and often overlooked. As we age, our ability to maintain a stable body temperature starts to decline. In fact, studies show that people over 80 can adapt to temperature changes up to 40% less than younger folks, and this becomes especially dangerous after a hot shower. Let me share a heartbreaking story last January. A 92-year-old woman took a warm bath before bed. She didn't dry off well and sat in a chilly room. Then, within an hour, her body temperature dropped to 34.5 degrees Celsius, 94.1 degrees Fahrenheit. A clear case of hypothermia. She was rushed to the emergency room. Now, let's talk about something often overlooked, but that could make a big difference in your health after bathing. Safe temperature management. As someone who has personally experienced the ups and downs of aging skin and body, I want to share some practical and potentially life-saving advice to keep your body safe and warm after a shower. First, always take a moment to warm up the bathroom before you step in. This simple action can significantly reduce the shock of temperature when you move from your cozy bedroom to a cold bathroom. Many older adults, especially those with heart issues or poor circulation, experience sudden blood pressure changes when moving between cold and hot environments. Warming the bathroom not only makes the experience More comfortable, but also reduces stress on your heart and nervous system. Second, right after you shower, dry off. Quickly with a warm towel. I can't stress this enough. Any moisture left on your skin will start to evaporate, and that will pull warmth away from your body. It's the same principle as sweat evaporating to cool you down. But after a shower, especially in winter, this cooling process can become dangerous, leading to chills or even hypothermia in more severe cases. Third, after you've dried off, make sure to put on warm clothes right away. And yes, that includes drying your hair completely. Even if you don't feel cold at that moment, wet hair can act like a wick, drawing heat away from your scalp and making your whole body feel colder. I've seen older adults skip this step and wake up the next day with a sore throat or a runny nose. Warm socks, long-sleeve shirts, and soft robes can help keep your body temperature stable. Fourth, consider having a warm drink after your shower. A cup of warm tea, hot water with lemon, or even warm milk can help stabilize your internal body temperature from the inside out. It's so comforting, soothing, and effective. Just few sips can rekindle the warmth inside you and help blood circulate properly throughout your limbs. Fifth, especially in winter months, try to schedule your shower time between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. when it's naturally warmest outside. This will reduce the contrast between your indoor and outdoor temperatures, making your recovery process after showering much easier and safer. Morning showers may feel refreshing, but can shock an aging body. Evening showers, on the other hand, can leave you exposed to the cold night air. The afternoon period is the ideal time. Now, let me share the fifth shocking fact, which might sound completely counterintuitive at first. Being too clean can actually weaken your immune system and make you more susceptible to colds. I know we've all been taught that cleanliness is next to godliness, but when it comes to aging, being overly clean can backfire. You see, your skin is not just a protective layer, but also a living ecosystem. It hosts millions of beneficial bacteria known as the skin microbiome, working day and night to protect your body from harmful invaders. These good bacteria act as a natural defense shield, but the problem is that frequent washing with soap washes away this shield, while younger skin tends to recover quickly. For those over 65, the recovery process is much slower and more fragile, meaning that every time you scrub your skin clean, you're also scrubbing away your body's own contours. Speaking of defense, I'll never forget a real case that made this clearer. An 83-year-old woman came to see me last winter with a recurring skin infection, rashes, and unbearable dry skin. She had been showering daily with strong antibacterial soap because she thought she was doing the right thing, but her skin had lost its natural oils, microbiome, and ability to protect itself, leading to tiny cracks and harmful bacteria having a clear entry point. That's when I knew we had to change her routine. When we did, and she started showering less often with gentle cleansers and moisturizing properly, her skin began to. She was bathing every day with strong antibacterial soap because she thought she was doing the right thing. But her skin lost its natural oils, its microbiome, and its ability to protect itself, forming tiny cracks where harmful bacteria could easily get in. That's when I knew we had to change her routine. Once we did, as she started bathing less often with gentle cleansers and moisturizing properly, her skin began to heal slowly but surely. The infection stopped, and the redness faded. She even said she felt comfortable in her own skin again. This isn't just a story. In a recent study I did with Seoul National University, we discovered something remarkable. Seniors over 75 who bathed daily with soap had 35% lower skin immunity compared to those who bathed only 2 to 3 times a week. That number alone is enough for all of us to stop and rethink what we've been trusting for so long. So, how can we stay clean without harming our skin's immunity? Let me share some guidelines I follow to keep it balanced. Bathing 2 or 3 times a week gives your skin and good bacteria time to recover and regenerate. Avoid antibacterial body washes. These don't discriminate. They kill both harmful and helpful bacteria. We don't need to burn the earth like that. A mild pH-balanced cleanser is your best friend. Use soap only where it's really needed, like underarms, groin, and feet. No need to scrub your arms, legs, or back every time. Keep the humidity in your home between 40 to 60%. Dry air sucks the moisture out of your skin, weakening its protective barrier and throwing off the balance of the skin's microbiome. A simple humidifier can work wonders, especially in the winter. I know that making changes can be tough, especially when habits are deeply ingrained. But as an ancient Chinese proverb reminds us, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. You can start today. You don't have to wait until things get worse. These aren't just skincare tips. They're steps to maintain your dignity, comfort, and health as you age. On the No Wisdom TV channel, we're committed to walking alongside you on this journey. It protects your skin, improves your balance, or helps regulate your temperature after bathing. Our goal is to help you live not just longer, but better. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing and liking it. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss new tips on healthy aging. Because with the right knowledge and small daily changes, you can feel 10 years younger and happier for 20 more years. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, keep warm, and always take good care of. Live looking 10 years younger and feeling 20 years happier. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay warm, and always take good care of your beautiful skin. This isn't some intellectual TV show where getting older means you're wiser.